No fewer than 500 lawyers, professionals, and civil rights activists on Wednesday stormed the headquarters of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) in Abuja, calling for strict and continuous prosecution of Kyari, the former Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL), labeling the $4 billion squandered on failed refinery rehabilitation project as economic treason. The group, under the aegis of Concerned Lawyers and Citizens Network, accused Kyari of betraying Nigeria's economic future and demanding a forensic audit to trace misappropriated funds. Director Theophilus Ojonugwa, the network's spokesperson, condemned Kyari's audacity to parade himself as a statesman while Nigerians suffer the fallout of mismanagement resources. The group linked the misappropriated $4 billion to unbuilt schools, unequipped hospitals, and loss of jobs, framing it as a betrayal of intergenerational trust. The network raised alarm over MSM Oil and Gas Nigeria Limited, a company allegedly owned by Kyari's in-law, as a conduit for laundering proceeds. They criticized the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission for what they called a romance with corruption and selective prosecution, noting that young Nigerians faced harsher penalties for lesser offenses. The group therefore demanded Kyari's immediate arrest and prosecution of his accomplices and the seizure of all assets tied to the scandal. Addressing the EFCC, the network called for decisive action to restore public trust, warning that Nigerians would hold the agency.
We would like to remind us that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu unequivocally promised to wage war against corruption and to dismantle the entrenched architecture of impunity upon assuming office. Therefore, this moment provides another opportunity to make do that solemn promise once again. If the president must demonstrate fidelity to his pledges, then Kyari must be made an example, lest other corrupt individuals continue with expectations of executive leniencies. We are also insisting for a thorough forensic visitation again concerning the so-called refinery rehabilitation projects, which magically gulp in excess of $4 billion without producing a single tangible outcome. We cannot be content with mere narratives, half-truths, or politically tailored reports. We need our billion back, not excuses, not bureaucratic charades. The money belongs to the people of Nigeria and accountability is non-negotiable. However, our apprehension on this sensitive matter is justifiable. We fear, and we state this with caution but with clarity, that the EFCC might be compromised when a man who superintended over the disappearance of billions in public funds is being romanced by an institution created to safeguard us from economic predators. Then evidently something is rotting in the state of our anti-corruption machinery. This romance with corruption cannot stand. Indeed, we are confronted with a glaring paradox. Young Nigerians are daily being harassed, accused, and paraded for far lesser financial misdemeanors, sometimes even for crimes they did not commit. Yet, here stands a man alleged to have diverted resources in trillions, treated with velvet gloves. This two-tiered approach to justice is intolerable. Justice must be blind, impartial, and uncompromising. However, we must also highlight that the MSM Oil and Gas Nigeria Limited, a company owned by Kyari's in-law, is reported to be a conduit through which proceeds of these shady transactions have been laundered. This is not hearsay, but a pioneer demanding urgent, comprehensive investigation. Public resources cannot be rechanneled into private coffers under the nose of anti-grant agencies, while the citizenry suffers untold deprivations. However, we, the Citizens Network, have observed that the present handling of this matter by the EFCC does not reflect seriousness. What we are witnessing is not a trial, but a travesty, not justice, but mockery. An economic madness of this magnitude should attract stringent sanctions, serious prosecutions, and mercilessly restitution, not tepid interrogations, indulgent dalliance, and media appeasement.
How much?
Express our views and to make demands. But at the same time, we also have a responsibility to be factual, to be objective, to be analytical, and to follow the trend of events. I take very serious exception to the fact that the commission is romancing suspects. I take very serious exception to that. At the EFCC, there is no romance with corruption. There is no impunity. We do our job. It is too hasty for any group to make any conclusion about investigations that are ongoing. Yes, you have a right to hear your views, but you also have a responsibility, to say the truth. So the commission is focused in its work. Our executive chairman, Mr. Ola Olukoyede, is a thoroughbred professional, is a Nigerian that is tested, that is trusted, and the work is ongoing. So we can only appeal that all of us, just as we have come, we see ourselves as stakeholders in the anti-corruption fight, but not to jump into conclusions. When investigations are ongoing professionally, we don't talk. When we are ready with the result of our investigation, we will let members of the public know. But to say that the commission is pampering this, is pampering that, no. It is not only untrue, it is unjust. And it is even unconstitutional, for any group of people to come here to say that this is what the commission is doing. But I can assure you that we are going to table your petition before the chairman, and it's not even waiting for your petition to do his job. We are doing our job, and at the right time, the public will be made to know whatever has come out of our investigation.